Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome back to Diablo 2 with what I think may very well be the last episode of the Kick Assassin. We should be progressing towards getting to the stupid build soon enough, and I need to turn my headphones down because holy hell, that's loud. Let's go ahead and summon up our Shadow Master, and now we should be good off. Okay, we've got some Defiled Warriors here, not too worried about, like, you know, sticking around for them. I'm just mostly interested in finding the stairs down because this floor, not exactly the best for experience because you've also got a bunch of these Defiled Warriors just getting in your way. So yeah, I'm just going to run around and see if I can find the stairs. That's not going to be it. I should have known that by the first little cross pattern on the floor. You can see that it makes a little cross right there. But let's go ahead and dive past all of these little buggers. I don't like this floor for leveling up in normal difficulty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hit that monster shrine. But in the higher difficulties, the enemy types are somewhat randomized. So, yeah, you're not going to have quite the... I'm going to kill him real quick before I continue talking. There you go. Absolute bupkis from him. That kind of sucked. But anyway. But yeah, in higher difficulties, you actually have randomized enemies in here. It's not going to be the set group of enemies, which makes it a little bit more difficult and also makes it a little bit more interesting to actually try and run this game, especially whenever it comes to things like speedrunning and stuff like that, because you never know what you're actually going to encounter here. Sometimes you do have to re-roll the enemies to something you can handle. You'll see me do that if we do go through some Nightmare in the near future. I do plan to have... I'm still up in the air as to whether I want to do it just straight normal through hell or whether I want to tack them onto the old builds or not. But yeah, let's see if we can find the waypoint real quick. You guys can just go ahead and start killing guys for me, and I will move along and grab myself a well. But yeah, I'm still deciding whether I want to do the whole let's... ooh, I need to go check if that's the waypoint or if that's the stairs. Hopefully it's the waypoint. But ooh, we are bogged down just a little bit. It feels like it's running slow. But anyway, back to what I was actually trying to say, because I keep brain farting and running off into other subjects, is... Ooh, we are missing a lot of waypoints. But basically, I've got to decide whether I want to start new characters and go through normal, straight into Nightmare, straight into Hell, which I would have to do that if I did like a Trap Assassin or something like that, because I've already done the first couple quests in Nightmare with the Trap Assassin that we did earlier, like the very first season of this. And I have done quests with a few other characters as well. Oh, lovely. So, yeah, I'd have to reset on those just a little bit or just start from the very beginning. Whereas that would also save me a lot of time going through to actually just start over from scratch. But, that said, if I do start over from scratch, I could try different builds and show those off, which for some of the characters, we still have several normal builds I could do with them. And they're not even just stupid builds, it's some actual real builds. Like with the Assassin, there are more builds that I can do with her that are not stupid builds. I could go Lightning Trap Assassin, I could go with a lot of other tricks. Ooh, and that's a really good one for farming Baal right there. That kind of shortcut. Hopefully this floor is really close to where we need to be too. Let's go down first. We are out of... There we go. That's why I was going slow, because I was out of burst of speed. These guys are good experience as well, this floor. But anyway, continuing on. Man, I just completely lost track of where I was. You guys probably didn't even know where I was going with all that rambling. But anyway, simply put... If I went through, I'd be able to show off more classes and more variants of the classes. With the Assassin, I do have various other builds I could do. I could do Claw. I could do Charge Assassin. I do want to go through, and it's going to be another stupid build. I don't know if it would be part of the stupid build season, because I'm doing the Blade Assassin for the stupid build this time around. But I do want to do a Burst Assassin. Like, it's not really like the normal traditional let's get a big claw and just beat the crap out of him. I want to make a big hammer, big charge assassin that charges up with a small fast weapon and then unleashes it with a giant maul or something like that, just to do a mass amount of damage. It's not the highest damage amount possible, but it's kind of interesting to actually see go off. So yeah, that's one thing I want to do. So that might give me an excuse to do a normal through Nightmare difficulty. But then what do I do as far as the classes? Do I change variants in between difficulties to show off different ones? Because that one can't go through Hell difficulty very easily. It can go through Nightmare relatively untwinked. I do want to continue the series untwinked, so that would be the thing that would be kind of important. I'd have to make builds that could do that. But yeah, I can do that with each of the classes untwinked. It's just it has to be a very specific build, which is a little bit hard to kind of do and not repeat some of the builds I've already done. I could do Poison Necromancer, which would lead off of the Poison Dagger Necromancer, the melee Necromancer that I'm going to be doing for stupid builds. But yeah, tell me in the comments below if you've gotten this far into it. What would you rather me do? Start over the characters from scratch so you can see that one playlist go from normal to Nightmare to Hell without any like time between them, so I'd be able to just have a continuous commentary all the way through from normal to Nightmare to Hell? And do you want to see multiple classes? Not multiple classes, multiple builds, like one build in normal, different build in Nightmare, and different build in Hell? Or would you rather see it all be one build, normal Nightmare to Hell, just all one, kind of like all Trap Assassin, all Poison Necromancer, all Javazon, all Mace Barbarian without resetting skills? There are challenges that can be done that are kind of intriguing to me. I'm going to actually put that on my primary, because we do have plenty of mana for it now. That way I don't have to keep right-clicking and sorting through all my skills there. There, beautiful. Let's see, get our Venom back up, get that back up, and we should be good just to kind of proceed forward. This build is fairly sturdy as well in its current state, because we do have Life Leech, we have mana from kills, we have all kinds of fun stuff working on our advantage here. You're not going to really find this super easy on your normal playthroughs, because you're not going to find a ring like that. You're not going to find an Am very often, but you will be able to get it in Nightmare. So yeah, I'm going to sell that because that's an insult to me. Makes me kind of sad. I'm slightly curious how well I'll do against, let's see, doop, doop. Hey, go away. Good job. Ooh, and we got Nethrune. Yay, just what I don't need. But anyway, tell me in the comments below which one you'd like to see. Whether you would like to see one class, I keep saying one class, one variant all the way through the difficulties, or would you rather see me switching up classes, switching up variants so you can actually see a variety of builds on the same character in one playlist? Or possibly even some kind of weird mix of this. Like, would you want to see me just go through with the optimal route in Hell, but go with kind of something fun in Nightmare and Normal? It's kind of one of those things that's like, what do I want to do with this? I'm kind of up in the air about it. But I also plan to do some recording for walkthroughs and stuff like that as well in the near future, so I might keep this every other day, kind of how it is now. We shall see. I can't really promise it just yet, if I can do daily or not, because I am doing test recordings while we're doing this of doing walkthroughs for other games, so it's not just Diablo on my list here. Let's kill all those guys. We need to go ahead and take a mana potion so we can take down Akmel. Akmel down. Okay, now it's Unraveler. You are the last one. Good job. Let's go ahead and grab some healing potions. Do we have any antidotes in here? No, I'm not seeing any dropped. We got a Thawing Potion, which is absolutely useless for us. Gonna go ahead and drop that on you. Oh, you guys already spawned. Hi, how you doing? Let's go ahead and tap around these guys. It's going to kill our Shadow Master, probably. We got Bartok. He didn't drop his claws this time, unfortunately. Bartok's claws are actually pretty decent. Oh, no, don't die on me. Don't die. Don't you die. Get down here. Get down here, fool. You do not want to be dying on me. I need to sell that. I need to resummon you as well. Boop. There you go. Let's see. We are looking all right. So I think we can take on the Balrogs, especially considering our resistances. 75 fire resist. We should be able to resist them a little bit. But we are just kind of decimating these guys. It's doing a lot better than a lot of our other builds here. Don't go running up into the middle of it, dumbass. He's going to die. Maybe not. Maybe they will go after me. Yay, they're going after me. Let's go with taking you down. Then we'll go down with you. I'm not too worried about the boss one here. Let's go ahead and take some mana there. Yeah, he's just extra fast. He's not going to really destroy me just yet because my resistances. If he was extra strong, I'd be slightly worried because then he'd just be able to do his physical swing and it would actually do, you know, respectable damage. I don't even need to give that to him. Fine. Okay, burst of speed. Definitely need you. Let's go. Oh, God. They're going to stunlock me if I'm not careful, and I'm not being careful. Shadow is taking a bit of the damage there. Let's go ahead and summon her back up. Okay, get her in the middle of them so we can split them up just a little bit. Our mercenaries should be able to help us out just a little bit as well. Okay, we got one of those guys down. That crushing blow is just insane in this difficulty, by the way, because it does maximum crushing blow. Whereas in the higher difficulties, you actually have a crushing blow penalty, which is a little bit painful. Let's see. Can we survive this, or do I need to get out of dodge? We got one down. Let's see if we can get Lister down. Lister's going to hurt just a little bit. Oh, yeah, we got him down. Yay! We didn't even use that many potions. So, Baal, what you thinking about up here? Oh, you're not thinking about much, are you? Let's go ahead and just grab that healing potion. We'll risk it. We got a town portal down there as well. Come on. Let's go ahead and summon you up. And I think we are good. I'm going to go ahead and drink that. And Niraj is probably going to die down here, but we shall see. I'm going to do this number. Boop. There you go. Oh, and crushing blow on the very first strike there was absolutely wonderful. And he's going after our mercenary. I mean, not our mercenary, our shadow pretty hardcore there. Can I get over to you? Yes, I can. Yay. Okay. So that teleport is working pretty good. If he teleports across the gap here, then it's going to suck just royal balls. But yeah, we should be pretty good going against him here. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I just brought us right back up to your face. How you doing? Goodbye, Baal. Light-plated boots. Oh, yay. I believe that's Vidala, not Vidala's. Forgetting what that's called. Goblin Toe. There we go. Crushing blow. It does a little bit less damage. If we can upgrade it to exceptional, that's actually going to be better for us. I might do that if I go into nightmare with this one, but that crushing blow just makes it even better than these, even though these are 10 to 20. Hello. So we're doing less damage per hit on normal hits, but we're doing, I believe it's 50% crushing blow. Yeah, half of our hits are going to do crushing blow, which is a % of enemy life, which is going to be massive, especially with how fast our kick rate is. So yeah, anyway, if you guys enjoyed, oh, actually, no. Well, we still have plenty of time. I can do the cow level. So I will be right back whenever I get all the stuff for the cow level. Do I want to grab anything else in here? Possibly the full helm, but nothing else looks good. So I'll be right back with the cow level. Okay, we are back. I made the secret cow level, and we are going to go in there, and I'm going to talk about my thoughts about this build. There are some pros and cons to this particular build, and it is not a bad one to start out if you're trying to, you know, get into melee builds. This one's our luck with the drop with the goblin toes and the strength. The AM for the strength is amazing for normal. That you are not going to be able to reliably get that, but I wanted to use it. As far as our ability to fight in here, not so good. As you can see, we're getting overwhelmed really, really quick. I don't know where my shadow went. My shadow decided to just screw off, like, for some reason. Don't know why. But yeah, we can tank. We can do all this other stuff. We got plenty of life investments, and we've got yeah, we're just decent with it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and summon her back up. But yeah, she just ran off. I don't know why. We don't want to go. Oh yeah, we do. But yeah, this build is really good at taking down single targets. It was mentioned that the Ancients went down very, very quickly. Yes, this one, if you can get some crushing blow, will destroy bosses like crazy. And that is why I don't like the Shadow Master. She just converts things. I should probably do a Shadow build one of these times to just show you guys how derpy it is. I know someone asked me to show that off once, but oh god, the Shadow build for... Well, what I mean by the Shadow build. Let's go ahead and go in here and I'll look at it while they're doing their stupid stuff. Psychic Hammer, you have Cloak of Shadows, your main damage is going to be Mind Blast. You also have Shadow Master and stuff like that, and you have your stuff like that. But we would be ignoring the other trees, which I can't do. I can't stand playing like that. I tried it once. I tried Max Mind Blast and Max Psychic Hammer. It doesn't work very well. But you convert a lot of things. It's like a conversion paladin, which is another build I just don't like. I'm sorry to say, it's just one that I really don't like. You won't see me play it. It's unless I'm trying to, you know, show it off just so other people can realize why I don't like it. It's terrible. Oh, I hate that build. But anyway... And I will play some weird-ass builds, and I still don't like that build. But this build is really good at killing single targets, but it gets overwhelmed real easy. So you have to have very, very good discretion to know when to just book it. I don't have that kind of discretion usually, but I'm also not big on playing the melee characters usually, but this is a good introduction to just your general melee character for playing through casually. I would consider this or the Paladin to be the best one as a melee character introduction to kind of get you used to it. I actually would rank this one higher than the Paladin because, well, you have a lot of functions on the kick that carry through, unlike Smite, which doesn't carry through. You have a decent amount of accuracy because the attack rating boost on this is fairly decent. It's high compared to a lot of the other options that you have available to you, which are still decent. Don't get me wrong, it's not a horrible attack rating boost on any of the other options like Zeal and stuff like that, or on Double Swing and, you know, that kind of stuff. You still have an attack rating boost. It's just this is an amazing attack rating boost. You don't have to worry about repairs nearly as much. You don't have to worry about being naked in fighting because your damage is going to be decent. Regardless, it's kind of built around low damage boots because a lot of boots don't have really high damage, so they can feel free to boost the damage from kicks a significant amount, especially considering that you don't get any benefit from your weapon. Elemental damage transfers over through the Talon, even though it doesn't show on here. It actually does carry over. I mean, you can see that with the poison and the cold damage, it does carry through. You have other kicks that you can use alongside it. You don't have to go full Dragon Talon. You could go Dragon Tail. It's a decent skill. It's got a little burst, and it's a good delivery method for fire damage. I personally don't like fire damage that much because, well, fire damage is... it's kind of so-so. Fire damage is resisted by a lot of things, unfortunately. Dragon Flight... 1-point wonder. I wouldn't rely on it to do a lot of damage because it is very slow. I mean, painfully slow. Even if you have attack speed boost and stuff like that, it's going to be too slow to be really applicable. It makes the inability to deal with swarms even worse. So yeah, the fast kick here is very nice. For this build in Nightmare in Hell, I would recommend shifting into traps. That or going into claws and actually investing in things like Dragon Claw and the charge ups. I intentionally didn't go with the charge ups because I'm going to be using them on the later build that I was mentioning earlier, the big hitter build, the one with the fast weapon to build up the charges and then the big weapon to deliver them. You can do that with kicks, but just note that the charge up skills, like what you've charged up with them, only apply to the first hit. So if you have like a multi-hit thing like Dragon Talon, it's only going to apply to the first hit. And I don't remember whether it applies to Dragon Tail's burst or not. I think the weird thing about the burst is it bases it on the damage dealt to the target. So let's say we had a physical immune around here, like say this was a physical immune, and I used Dragon Tail, and it did the little burst thing, it would deal 0 damage to the guys around it, whereas if you triggered it on one of the non-physical immunes, it would deal reasonable damage to the physical immune through the fire. It's a pain in the butt to kind of gear around, but it's still a decent delivery method. It is slower than Dragon Talon. I love Dragon Talon for the crushing blow. This particular build hybrids well into traps. It's one of the few that does because you don't have to invest in a lot of things. I would probably not invest in the Venom skill. I would still invest in Shadow Master for it. If I was going into traps, I would go probably 1 point in everything, including Fade, down to Fade on this side, and then 1 point down into Shadow Master, and then invest the rest in traps, because you got 20 points here. You don't have to get Dragonflight. You literally could just have 20 points there and just rely on what I'm doing right now, and that's your massive amount of physical damage, because Crushing Blow is OP. It straight up is. And then you could go down here and you could invest in Wake of Fire or possibly Death Sentry for your other elemental damage. If you go Death Sentry, it is actually kind of nice. My mercenary and stuff is just doing all the work over here. But Death Sentry with this build is actually kind of nice. You can put more points into Fire Blast to get more shots, or you can invest in Lightning Sentry for boosted lightning damage. So you'd have basically a reliable lightning source, a reliable physical source, and then you'd have a physical fire for taking out anything else. Whereas if you go for Wake of Fire, you're kind of stuck with physical and fire. So that's something to consider. You can always go Wake of Fire and Death Sentry. That's 60 points only between our skills here, and then a handful more, and that's not a huge level. That's like in the low 60s, early 70s, and you'd have plenty of points for that and then some, and then you'd be able to just invest straight into synergies. The Assassin is a very flexible build in that regard. She does well with hybrid builds. Amazon doesn't. Barbarian doesn't. Because there really isn't a hybrid for Barbarian unless you're going for some really weird niche builds, or niche. Yeah, niche is the word I'm looking for there. But yeah, it's a lot of interesting things, and it is really fun. Necromancer does not hybrid well either, but it can do okay, I guess. Yeah, you just have a whole bunch of things that you can look at with these things, but the Assassin is by far the best at turning into a hybrid build, because she can go trap and kick and still be good. Because our physical damage, despite being based on our equipment to an extent, is not entirely reliant on it. It's one of those weird things where, yeah, our boots are a high base damage, but look at how much damage 145% just on that, and you get 4 kicks. She's not super equipment reliant on her melee skills, especially considering you want Crushing Blow with this. That's going to be your big source of physical damage. So, yeah, kicks plus traps if I was going to go to hell with this build. In fact, I think I might end up doing that if I do just make a new character and take them all the way from normal through the end of hell. I might actually build this one up and show how that goes. I don't know if I would go through with this particular character, although you can definitely see the advantages considering I got Goblin Toes here. Goblin Toes being absolutely amazing here. Oh, our Shadow is starting to survive as well. There you go. Good job, Shadow. But yeah, the Crushing Blow is just amazing. I might go through hell with this one. But yeah, we'll see. Based on the opinions from you guys, whether you want me to start over from scratch with the individual builds or take builds that I've already done through. This is the one that I would favor for Assassin. I'd probably take the Bone Necromancer through hell. So because the Summoner is nice, but it doesn't work so well in hell difficulty. It's just like easy mode, and it's really boring to watch, in my opinion. But it is a useful one to know how to do. Druid would probably be the Elemental Druid, or possibly the Hunger Druid that I'm going to be working on for stupid builds. Oh, that was my Mercenary. I was like, wait, no, don't be killing the King here, because we actually do need that experience if I go into Nightmare. I want to get level 40 first. Let's see. What else can I do? The Sorceress, I would probably go with a Lightning one, so I would have to start that one over from scratch, unless I go with the Cold one, which is decent. It's... I would go with Blizzard, probably. And you heard the golf swing there. That was a tweet. Someone just tweeted me, apparently. But anyway. What else do I have? Not too much. This build is fun to me. I enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the run-through. And next up will be the Melee Necromancer. Oh yeah, it's going to be Poison Dagger. You guys can probably already call it now. I will love myself my Poison Dagger Necromancer. He's going to suck ass. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You're going to go from, oh, fastest Ancient's kill to the absolute freaking slowest Ancient's kill ever. No, actually, it's not the slowest. I think the Smiter was my slowest one out of the bunch, which is really sad because the Smiter in the end is hands down the most overpowered piece of crap in the entire game. Once you get the full equipment for them, they're unstoppable. They're insane. But the Assassin is winning out on the normal runs. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on Diablo 2 with, well, dagger pointy things. Yeah. No, undead. Aw. Bye.